All right, hello again. So this is a mercifully short video about using the validator to check your code. I realized that I've been asking everybody to use the validator to check their code, but I didn't really show how to do that very much. So here I've got a file, right? If I look at the file, it actually looks fine. You may have seen this file somewhere else, but it has an error in it. So if I look down at the bottom here, let me make that a little bigger for you guys. There's a main tag, or there's a tag here, a main tag. It starts right there on line 10, and it's supposed to end right there on line 62, but you can see there's no, can't put my cursor on it. There's no slash on the front of it, right? It should be like that, but it is not like that. It should be like that, but it's like that. So that means it's broken, right? So if I check that in the validator, here's that file. I think I have autosave on. Let me make sure. Yes. So if I check that file, if I go to the validator, which is W3 validator.w3.org, that right there, right? If I go there, you have a couple ways to do this. You can do it by file upload, or you can do it by direct input right there. We'll try it both ways. So I'm going to grab this file, drag it here, or I can click choose file and find it if I want. It's called validator test. And then I click check, right? And then I get 5 errors. But a lot of times in the validator, it's going to tell you have a lot of errors sometimes, but it might only be 1 or 2 or something like that, because it is just the way it works. So what I want to do is look at the line number and try to work from there. So it says line 62, 66, 62, 10. So that's the main tag. And then here's the main tag, and there's main. So main is in there a few times. It says line 62 is where the error is. So I'm going to look at line 62. Oh, there it is, right? I'm going to go back in there. And whoops, I'm trying to show you a zoom here. I'm going to go back in there and add that slash. Now, VS Code thought I wanted to close the body tag, but I already have that. So that's kind of a mistake. But I'm just going to add that slash in there. So now that tag is closed, right? So now it's auto-saved, so it's already saved. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to take that file, drag it here, because I just like to do it that way, but you could always choose the file. Click check, and it's green, so it's fixed, right? So that's one way to do it. Is just open the file in the validator and then look at where the error lines are. And I only had that one mistake, right? But it showed up as 5. So don't get freaked out when you see a ton of mistakes. Sometimes it is a ton. Sometimes it'll say can't go any further or can't validate further. That means it doesn't know how to figure out something past a certain line, and then it's not going to do any more validation. So sometimes you'll have more than it looks like, but a lot of times you have less. Okay, let's try it the other way. So I'm going to take this, take that slash back out again. I'm going to select all the code. So that's Command A or Control A on a PC. And then copy, which is Command C on a Mac or Control C on a PC. And then I'm going to go, instead of doing the by file upload, I'm going to do validate by direct input. So I click on that, and then I'm just going to paste it in. Just paste it. So it's all in there. You can resize this window if you want, but there's all the code. And then there's my error. I already know where it is. And then I'm going to click check. So I get the same 5 errors. And if I scroll down, it shows you the code. And it kind of highlights, if it can figure it out, where your problem is. So here's the main tag that opens on line 10. Here's the where it closes, or it's supposed to close, but it doesn't have a closing or a slash on it, right? So I can go up here and do this directly in this window to check it. So I'm going to go scroll down. There's the main tag that's supposed to be a closing tag. I'm going to add the slash. So I just added it. And then I will click check again. So I don't have to save it or anything. You're not actually changing your file either. You're just changing this code inside of the validator. I'm going to click check, and it's green. So if I wanted to use that code, maybe I had a bunch of errors, right? I would just take all this code and then Command or Control A to select it all, or just drag and select it all. I'm going to copy it, and then I'll go over here. This is scary. I'm going to delete that and then paste. But it's fine, as long as you're careful, right? So now I've got my main tag is closed, and I could even go back to the other way to do it. Let's try and make sure. I'm going to go back here. Here's the file. It was auto-saved, right? Because I had autosave on in VS Code right there. And now I'm going to drag to here, check it one more time the other way, and it's green, which is green is good in this case. Green is good? No, green is good. That's a movie. Green is good. Okay, so I think that is it. So that is using the validator to check your code. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Make sure to do that every time before you turn stuff in. And if you get this green, you're usually good. That doesn't mean you don't have mistakes, by the way. It just means that it can't find any coding errors that it knows about. So hopefully that helps a little bit, and I will talk to you again later.